Yeah, let me try to draw something, although I'm bad at this.
No problem.
So, my name is Konstantinos Laskaris. I'm the principal motor designer at Tesla, and my team and I are responsible for the motor technology selection for our traction motors for the existing and the future Tesla cars. How did I find myself being involved to such a company and working in these technologies comes through my studies and through my motivation while I was at the university. So I was born and raised in Greece. I went there at the National Technical University of Athens. I'm an electrical and computer engineer. I took specialization in the last year on induction machines and for electric vehicles many years ago. And that was what gave me the stimulus to decide, let's say, that I want to get deeper into the electric vehicle technology, back when it was far from obvious that this would be the future. But it was obvious to me, and therefore I motivated the rest of my studies to that. Not directly. So after that, back in 2002, when I graduated, I did my master's at the Imperial College in the UK in communications and signal processing, which was quite not the direct track to the electric vehicles and the energy, let's say. So having worked a bit after that in a non-automotive, let's say, area, I decided that the passion of my life was to work with electric motors for electric cars. So I returned back to the NTUA to do my PhD in 2007. And this is where I sacrificed maybe some other things because I focused a lot on that. And at that point, Tesla showed interest to me. So I had 3 days interviews in the Silicon Valley. It was 2011, December 2011. So when I finished, they told me, go back, pack your stuff, and you will start working for us. So that changed my life there. I have been working towards improving the electric powertrain since 2002 that I did my diploma thesis as an undergrad at NTUA, and I have seen tremendous evolution since then, and which allowed to the electric vehicles to be looking and to have the experience driving an electric vehicle what it looks today. So this evolution was on electric motors, obviously, where I focused most of my effort through my academic and work life there. And the battery evolution, of course, power electronics, and the computers. So it was very challenging in the early years for the electric car to be able to package a decent amount of energy through a bad power density battery, like decades ago, that could give enough performance, enough range, and the characteristics be compelling at a reasonable cost as well. So nobody was looking at this, and to be honest, the batteries evolved for other reasons outside electric cars initially, and then once the battery started reaching a compelling technology, people started again looking at doing this. Electric motors changed significantly because manufacturing techniques were more advanced. Like we managed to make thinner laminations, which allowed higher efficiency, more dense windings, which allowed more copper. But at the same time, the computer evolution that we started designing with very humble systems, and now we have got clusters that we run with supercomputers, very exhaustive optimizations, and we can do a lot of thorough simulations, allowed us to make much more efficient, more power dense motors, understand the limitations of the materials and make motors that look like washing machine motors in size that perform hundreds of horsepower. And that was so when I was in the laboratory at the university, the motor was 25 horsepower. The motor technology difference is tremendous since the motors, as we remember them back in 2002 that I started, where the motor was gigantic and it could perform like with very mild loading, it could perform like several tens of horsepower. And now we have got motors that are so power dense that they can deliver hundreds of horsepower in the fraction of the mass of what it was before. The Tesla motors are awakening the experience of the acceleration, are making the car alive. It's where the forces are generated. Therefore, the Tesla DNA comes from the motors as well. A big part of the Tesla DNA comes from Tesla motors. So what makes Tesla motors unique is the capability to deliver the performance of a Tesla car in the most uncompromised way regarding the range and efficiency, because when you make a car, high performance car, it mutually is against making a car a high range car, except if you understand the physics well and you plan a very good optimization. So what makes the Tesla motors unique is how they have been optimized to deliver simultaneously performance and range. So the urban mobility in the future, I'm seeing like I'm very optimistic, and I feel that the urban environment is going to change towards more clean, more quiet, more human friendly, let's say, and charging infrastructure and parking cars and charging the cars. What will be the domestic destination charging infrastructure are the things that are going to change, because currently, electric cars are just 3% of the total cars. So when we start having more electric cars, things will have to look different in our everyday life. But I think that the urban mobility is going to change our environment towards a very good direction. Starting or being part of a team that develops systems for competition is the best thing you can do at the university to be aligned with what the industry wants. You solve real problems at a competitive environment while you are a student and you are still forming your expertise and you are still navigating through your courses. I think that part is extremely important, and the initiatives you will take and the soft skills you will have through such an experience cannot be obtained just by taking classes and being a good student. Therefore, I believe that Prometheus gave me the good mindset to be able to be part of a company like Tesla and have the innovation mindset and to be ahead of what the industry wants through my research work. Tesla wants to accelerate the transition towards sustainable energy, and that involves the production of energy through solar to the consumption through making electric cars. So that's a major mission for Tesla.